So to get the perfect miter, you're going to sew your binding on 1/4 of an inch from the end. Okay? Now you're going to take our largest minute miter. This is a 3-inch French binding. So our largest minute miter, it's like a giant clamp, and it has 45-degree lines on both sides. It's for left or right-handed folks. Make sure you clamp that on your quilt with that 45-degree line pointing out. Now you're going to fold your binding back, give it a little pinch up here, pull this up so that the base is even with the base of the binding. Fold your binding over, give it a little pinch here, take our zip gun. This replaces all pinning. Put the mouth around your quilt and push it down. Gravity's your friend with this, so sometimes you might have to pop one down in that channel. To remove this, make sure you pinch it up here, push it down, slide it over, slide it off. Now you're going to pop these two pieces up, bring it to a pinch here, give it a press, fold it down, sew all the way from the end. You're going to end up with this on all 4 sides. Now when you pop this over, you get the perfect mitered corner. Now to get the perfect mitered corner on the other side, fold it in from the side. Now you're going to take our little baby minute miter. Again, with those 45-degree lines pointing out, clamp that on your quilt. See how it creates this little pocket right here? When you fold it over and you pull this up, it catches it. Now you're going to take our zip gun again, gravity's your friend, kind of point it down and push your thumb, and that clip will tack your fabric down. So now to remove it again, make sure you pinch it up here, push it down, slide it over so you get the perfect miter on this side, the perfect miter on that side, and the chubbiness is perfect. Now you're ready to hand sew. You're going to get our hand sew tool. See how there's an L side and a J side? There's an L right here and a J channel right there. Using this brass screw, you're going to adjust the L so that it rides in the ditch on the front side of your quilt. So you're going to clamp this on, and I unscrew this and I'll slide it back until it's tight against this L, this ditch. Then when I set my J side, I set it a little bit longer, and I'll show you why in a minute. So now wherever you're going to start hand sewing, you clamp this on your quilt so that the L is in the ditch. The J channel, make sure you pull your fabric out from behind that clip and pop it into that J channel. Now you just stitch, 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 pull, stitch, 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 pull, stitch, 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 pull. Because as it's riding in the ditch on the front side, the J channel is perfectly guiding the amount of fabric that you need. But let's say you're doing a charity quilt or a baby blanket, or you just like to machine bind your quilt, you're also going to get the stitch in the ditch foot system. It comes with 4 different fences. You're going to find the fence that's the right loft for your quilt. There's actually a little metal bar that runs in here. Mine broke. But this becomes the foot on your machine. So if you have a Bernina, you need to buy the adapter for clip-on feet. But most of the other machines are clip-on feet. So you're going to clip this onto your machine. This, you're going to adjust the fence so that the fence acts as a guide on the edge of your quilt. Your machine needle is going to go right down in that hole and hit the ditch. So as you're sewing, you're going to pull your hand sew tool in front of it. And remember how I set the J side longer? I did that so that as I'm stitching in the ditch right here, it's going to perfectly catch the back side of your quilt. That's our zip bind tool.